Hello, loves. It's Tatiana Volk here, the GM Witch, and I thought it would be fun to do a solo RPG vlog. I'm gonna try and make this as spoiler-free as possible, but there might be some mild spoilers at some points because I'm going to be playing the solo mode of the 1,000-year-old vampire. I do have a flip through if you are interested in learning more but don't want to get too deep into it or not. I don't know. But I will have that linked. I'll try and see if I can do the little thing. If not, it should be in the description box. I will let you know the prompts that I get for the beginning ones, and then the further I get into it, the less I'm going to share so that I'm not spoiling a bunch of stuff, you know? You'll have an idea of how it starts. There's 80 pages of prompts and most of them have 3 prompts per page. But yeah, this is gonna be fun. Vlog style. Let me know what you guys think. I might try and do this with more solo RPGs or do this with some actual games that I run, which I haven't been doing a lot, but hopefully later in the year I will. Fingers crossed. I'm gonna try and run a game for my family again, probably in like November. So I guess perhaps I shouldn't make it seem like it's gonna be that soon. Yeah, since I'm gonna be running solo, I figured I might try and explore more solo games so that people can try out the RPG scene, right? Dip your toes in, get some feelings, see what it's like. Okay, let's get into it. Okay, it says you need a 10-sided die and a 6. So we've got my 6-sided die and then our 10-sided die. Admittedly, I haven't really gone through this since the initial flip through. This is a signed copy, which is beautiful signature. I believe all of the ones that you get from the website are signed. I will have that linked down below. It's not an affiliate link or anything. I won't get anything from it. So I'm gonna have to do a little bit of a refresher to start off with. Lonely solo role-playing game in which you chronicle the unlife of a vampire over the many centuries of their existence. Play progresses semi-randomly through the prompt section of the book. You answer the prompts to learn about your vampire's wants and needs. They say you could do a quick game, which you will only need a few pieces of paper to maintain a character record, but in a journaling game, which is what I'm hoping to do, you might fill a whole diary. They give you actual space in the book that you can write under the prompts if you'd like, which I would never do. So and then you could also play this multiplayer, but we're just gonna do the single mode. Okay, well, I guess I can start setting some of this up. Got myself some tea. My dice and the book itself. I'm gonna take a photo for Twitter because I wanna get better at doing that. Edit this bad boy. This is a vlog, so there's gonna be some normal vlog things in the vlog. I apologize. But I figured it would be fun to like actually share me doing this stuff, right? Also, as a side note, while I'm setting up for the 1,000-year-old vampire, I thought I would let you know that today I had my first ever Discord chat about the RPG indie book club. Okay, so I'm currently going through and like tabbing different areas that are like really exciting, and I really like this game system. It's a very collaborative, which is really nice, and the book itself is set up in such a nice and useful way. Like, it just has a lot of useful tips and information, and just overall it's just very refreshing and nice. I don't know, I'm just like reading new stuff and being all like, yeah, this is really awesome. Thank you, everybody. I guess I'll put feelers out when we get closer to that. Hope you guys all have a good rest of your day.
We'll catch you guys next time.
See ya. Bye. Yay! It was so successful! And it's funny because I was in like such a bad mood and now I'm in such a great mood. I'm so glad I was able to hang out with everybody who joined. More people than I was expecting ended up popping in. Basically, every other month we pick a book. So we just read Ryutama for December. Lots of fun. We might try and do a game of this at some point. And our next book for February is Wander Home. And so yeah, we've got 2 pretty chill, relaxed books to start off with. And then I'm thinking to switch things up, we might do something like 10 Candles, Kids on Brooms, or Wicker Punk for the next round. April's book or something like that. I feel like I'm procrastinating a little bit because like I don't entirely know where to begin. I use Obsidian Markdown for note taking, and I use the daily note function for all of my planning and note taking for the day. So I'm just gonna go make something for this, and then I'll probably tag it so that it's easy for me, because this might take multiple days. This might be a multi-day vlog. That'll be interesting. I'm excited. This book is beautiful. I ended up posting it on Twitter. I think I'm gonna try and do more pretty picture Twitter posts. Okay, so I'm taking the character sheet in the back here and just writing out this information into my note-taking app. We've got our memories, the diary, the skills, resources, characters, and marks. For memories, you can have 5 memories made up of 3 experiences each. And for the diary portion, you can mark 4 of your memories with a D for the diary, I think, which helps with you not forgetting them. Because this is going to be a lot about forgetting. I love this book so much. I love the like scrapbook effect and the kind of like weird scrapbook. Messy handwritings and pencil marks, like pretty cool beans. Now that I have the character sheet kind of set up, what is the next step? So it talks about your memories and experiences, examples of your experiences, information about the diary, and skills. Okay, so right here it has information about all of the different parts, and then it has a vampire creation section. So I'm just gonna read through all of this and I will get back to you. Okay, so I've read all of the details about the different aspects of the game. Pretty straightforward for the most part. There are some mechanics in there that are going to be useful. I also ended up taking some notes that'll be useful while I'm actually playing, so I don't have to flip back and forth, because I plan on putting this on my book stand when I actually get to the play section. I'm actually probably going to do that now at the vampire creation section, because it's time for me to start writing. So I'm actually pretty excited about this. So far, I really like how it's working. I think the only thing that's throwing me off a little bit is the mark, which shouldn't, because it's a visible indication of your vampire's undying state. On the next page, because now we're in the actual vampire creation, the beginning part, it says, start by imagining a person in the distant past. This will become your vampire. Imagine when and where they were born, who they were in life, so like all of that. And you start with your first experience. Oh, okay, so you start off with a bunch of stuff. So it says each being entered into a separate memory. So they want you to start off with a couple of memories and a couple of experiences. Once you have finished with your vampire, they will have 3 skills, 3 resources, a mark, at least 3 mortals, 1 immortal, and 1 experience in each of their 5 memories. Okay, good to know. Good to know! Now we can get started. Let's get started. Okay, so I'm still in the vampire creation phase. The example was created in the 13th century, which I thought was a pretty good idea. I am not the best with history and timelines. I love vintage things. I love historical things. I love going back in time, but I'm someone who's really bad with details. I have to keep reminding myself this is a made-up world. This isn't necessarily the world that we live in. I think focusing on the fact the world that I'm creating may be inspired by our world, but isn't our world necessarily, will probably help me, because I keep getting stuck on not knowing, was Belgium created in the 13th century? Doesn't seem like it. If I look at a map, I don't see it, although the map that I'm looking at is really hard to read stuff because it's all like France and then a bunch of gerbils of words because they're all overlapping and like it's hard. But like, no, I don't think so. So I ended up picking a Belgian name, thinking I was going to make a Belgian countess or something like that. And then I was all like, does that even exist? Yes, why not? Now I've figured out the initial, you know, before I turned into a vampire information. I figured out my skills. I figured out the mortals that are important in my life and some of my resources, and now it's time to figure out a couple more events that happened in my life before I was turned, along with the actual turning. Yeah, I'm probably just gonna do it based off of my resources and the characters, because my resources are all stupid. I have a ruby necklace, a book of poetry, and a gold-plated hand mirror. My mortals is my father, my betrothed, and my best friend, which is my lady's maid. And so I figured the ruby necklace could come from the betrothed. Oh, the gold-plated hand mirror could come from the loving father, and a book of poetry can come from the lady's maid. Okay, time for a tea break. Gonna go fill her up again. So, let's go. Okay, I have completed the character creation portion, and I'm really excited about this character. So her name is Luella Van Hewitt, and she's the daughter of Byron from the 16th century, and she's been really lucky in her life. We have a character. I'm excited. I ended up making the mark because I just really want to draw this. I think it will be striking. Her eyes turn a very pale blue, but she is a dark-skinned brown woman. This is my made-up world, so now it's time to get to the gameplay. So I need to read the next section. So in the process of answering the prompts, you create, lose, and alter your vampire's traits as instructed. Every time you answer a prompt, you must create an experience and add it to a memory unless instructed otherwise. We have finished the character creation. I set up my journaling section. I have some more detailed versions of the memories that I created in addition to the pared down ones. And it is time to go. It is time. It is time! I'm so excited! We're gonna learn together, because already I feel like I'm doing stuff wrong. Okay, let me put this on the stand. Oh wait, no, let me roll first. Let's do these. Let's do these. I can also utilize the ribbon bookmarks. Okay, first roll is a negative. So we start at 1. In your blood hunger, you destroy someone close to you. Kill a mortal character. Create a mortal if none are available. Take the skill Bloodthirsty. So I know exactly who she's killing. Okay, so for the first prompt, the in your blood hunger, you destroy someone close to you. Kill a mortal character. I decided to kill off the husband. So here's what I've got, and please don't judge my crappy writing. This is, I just wrote this, so it's not good by any means, but I've woken up in my bed, weak from sickness and overcome by a hunger I've never felt before. I can tell by the rags nearby that someone has been tending to me for a while, but I'm currently alone in the room. The light from the fire hurts my eyes as I stumble out of bed, searching for something to eat. But before I can even reach the door, someone else pushes it open just in time for me to stumble into their arms. My husband is speaking, but I can barely hear him over the rhythmic beating sound that seems to be coming from his chest. The world starts to spin as I slip into darkness again. My eyelids feel heavy, but I manage to open them and I feel disoriented. I'm not sure how much time has passed, but I'm now kneeling on the ground, something heavy on my lap. I look down to see Albert's hazel eyes blankly staring up at me, blood flowing from a torn artery in his neck. Before even looking at my own blood-covered mouth, I know I'm the one responsible. Dum dum dum! That is the first prompt. So I believe this, in terms of my memory on my character sheet, can go underneath the transformation section, like turning into a vampire. Woke to a hunger I've never felt before and found myself tearing out my husband's throat. Le gasp! Yeah, that's a terrible way to go, my friends. A terrible way to go. But for some reason, I didn't like him. So, all right, let's roll our next roll. Okay, 6 minus 2. So we move forward 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4, which would be prompt number 5. Oh, really? You murder someone you love or respect rather than let them expose you. Kill a character. Check a skill. No. Jeez, we're just killing people off left and right. I didn't want to kill someone else. The only other person it makes sense would be her beloved friend, Pauline. This one's sad. And it's funny because I could have gotten a mortal character begins serving you, but no. I had to kill another person. These dice are not the business. I feel like this is a great way to work out like a story. Like now I'm all like, I'm gonna publish a novel based off of my character who is horrible. Unfortunately, the bloodlust got to her. She's killing men around, and Pauline is putting 2 and 2 together and realizes it's her used to be friend. They've grown distant since this has all happened, which gives Pauline a reason to 1, suspect, and 2, to decide that she's going to use this as an opportunity to blackmail our vampire. So, you know, she agrees to Pauline to do it, but before Pauline can leave or really figure out what's happening, she like closes the distance and she just snaps her neck. Now, I do kind of want there to be some sort of evidence on Pauline that showcases that she was being coerced into doing this. Our main character, Luella, feel guilty. This was her best friend. Even if they've grown distance, they used to be close. So accepting that she did that was hard for her. Like her husband, not so much. Her best friend, yes. 1. A mortal character begins serving you. Who are they? Why are they drawn to you? Create a new mortal character. Okay, apparently this game is showing me that I am sick and twisted. Okay, what I'm thinking, Pauline had a daughter. After Luella kills Pauline, she finds out that Pauline is under some tough times and that she did what she was doing out of desperation. And since they had grown apart, she wasn't able to talk to her. So she starts uncovering all of this stuff that Pauline is going through. Perhaps she finds a diary or something and is just heartbroken to realize that her friend kept this secret for years and only threatened to expose it so that she can get help from her friend who had stopped treating her as a friend. Because she's all like, I'm not gonna get away with murder twice, she ends up burying her friend in her mother's tomb. She probably fabricates some sort of notes or letters or something, and then she ends up taking the daughter under her wing and kind of raises her. So basically what I have written is Luella talking to Pauline. She's at the crypt and she's silently talking to Pauline. She goes, learning that your actions were coming from a place of desperation makes me feel an immense amount of guilt and shame. I should have focused on finding the reason behind your action, my dearest Pauline. You kept my secret for years before foolishly turning on me, and I should have given you a chance. Your daughter is here with me, unaware that we are here to visit you and not my own mother. They're still searching for you, you know, and I continue to offer your family any support they need during these troubling times. And I am reminded of the first time we made this visit, shortly after she entered my care, shortly after I killed her mother. Okay, time for the 4th roll. Oh yeah, 4 and a 1, so 3. So we were at 6, so 1, 2, and 3. You develop a system for feeding. What is it? What happens to those who die? Create a skill that reflects this. Interesting. Things must change. Okay, so I've been playing for a couple of hours and this is what I've got so far. I am pretty happy with it. Wow. Okay, so I'm enjoying this so much so far. It's been a couple of hours of me playing and I am living for it. It's like I'm writing a story. I'm using prompts and I'm writing a story, and there's like interesting things that I'm doing and stuff that I wouldn't be doing if I was trying to write my own story. Like, it's just a fun way to come up with an interesting story. Like, I'm loving it. I'm loving it so much. Unfortunately, I don't think I'm actually going to be able to finish this whole thing in this vlog. So I'm probably going to wrap it up here. And what I can do is vlog the next time I play, and we can just do this for a mini series, however many episodes it takes me to finish. Or I can play off vlog and just come back towards the end when I finish it and just vlog the ending and my thoughts on it and stuff like that. I guess let me know if you guys mind if I continue to tell you what the prompts are past this point and like talk about how it's affecting my specific story. Like, I feel like these prompts are ones that obviously vary very differently depending on which way your own story goes. So I'm hoping that it actually isn't all that spoilery, because we're not going through all of the prompts and each of them can be handled in vastly different ways. So I guess let me know how you'd like me to continue with this series. I hope you enjoyed this vlog type video. If you did, be sure to thumbs up. Like I said, let me know down below. Include this emoji to let me know that you made it this far. You can check out the playlist here. I will catch you in the next Tabletop Tuesday. Until next time, bye!